This week's CEO's desk happens to fall on MandelaDay. So what we're going to do, we're going to head out for a little bit and look at what's happening in the context of South Africa and share views from the CEO's desk outside the office. Follow me. Okay, so we are here at Wits University. University I attended a few years ago, and I'm with Misha, who's running this interesting garden project here. And as you know, in economics, a lot of wealth comes from the soil, and you can look at it from commodities perspective and from feeding people. So they've spent the day here for their MandelaDay, just getting a bit of a harvest, but she's going to explain a little bit more about it. In Africa, we probably have the most arable land that's the least utilized, and I think if we start learning how to sweat the land, these issues of hunger, these issues of food shortages won't be so much of a thing, or will become a thing of the past.
Actually, we're a student organization called the InalaForum, and as you said, Africa has the most arable land, but it's not used properly to feed our people. So what our organization has decided to do is educate students on how to grow their own food. And through doing this whole educational process, we're trying to grow our own food and provide the food to the food bank here at Wits. So our goal is to be able to educate people on how to grow the food properly and how to be sustainable in their ways. So there's actually a lot of knowledge behind growing food. Yeah. And it's one of the easiest ways to empower yourself is by knowing how to grow your own food. Yeah. Not having to buy McDonald's or Debonair's every day, but actually having sustainable and healthy food.
Yeah. And so tell me, the method you're using here for farming is something known as permaculture. It seems to be permaculture. Yes. Okay, can you explain that to us a little bit?
Permaculture is basically working with the resources you already have. So we have a very small land, which means we need to have a lot of beds close to each other, producing a lot of food. But what we also try to do is we try to be as organic as possible. So no pesticides, no chemicals at all introduced into the garden. So I think the most chemical thing we've ever had here was water mixed with sunlight liquids to spray on plants to chase away the bugs. Yeah. So, and then that's washed off immediately again. Yeah. So the permaculture is it's a way of growing your food and trying to work with your surroundings.
And I see you've also put straw on top so that the water doesn't evaporate as quickly.
Exactly, yeah. We call it mulch. So mulching is a really important part of farming. Yeah. Because it protects the soil and it holds the heat the sun provides. Yeah. And it also, as you said, stops the water from evaporating too quickly. But it's still very much a work in progress. Over there we have our spring beds, which I think in about 3 weeks we'll be planting everything. It's produce that's a bit more suited for summer growth.
So many people at Wits. Sometimes these can be known as the lonely passages on your way to the Matrix. What degree you're studying, but I suppose the Wits students don't really have to be at MandelaDay, because as long as they're pursuing their education and doing well, they're contributing to the betterment of this country, the continent, and the world. Okay, so I'm with Rose here from WCCO. And what they've done on these nice gardens of these, they've set out a lot of different bins for all the different faculties at Wits. Yeah. If you come around this side, you can actually see where they are.
The different
Wits Law Clinic, advancements, general for the public, and there's a lot going across. So what they're doing is collecting some items for students at Wits, and also the food bank we just came from. That harvest goes towards their organization. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what WCCO means and then what you guys do.
WCCO is a program for volunteers. We have different strands, like we've got the food garden, we've got tutoring, then we've got food bank, and also have a lunch program. So students run the programs, and our head is Miss Karuna Singh, so she manages us, but we have different leaders for different programs. That's what WCCO is about, for the students, by students.
Okay.
updates.
Okay, that's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Okay, that's it from the CEO's desk this week. We've covered two important topics. One being agriculture and the impact of that on food security. And then the other one being, studying and student life. In an institution whereby people who learn have the ability to impact the economy as well. And understanding the importance of that and how maybe our socioeconomic circumstances can sometimes be distracting towards that ultimate goal. But it's being honored to come back here to Wits University. This is where I studied. And then also just see the initiatives that are taking place and the activism of some of the students to address the issues in this present time.